How you doing? This is Sean McVeigh with Sean's Outdoor Adventures, and it's with great excitement that I bring you the next installment for the map reading challenge, the hunting portion of this series. You know, these guys are competing for a lot of stuff, so if you haven't caught the videos on what they're competing for, make sure you back up in this playlist, the map reading challenge for 2017, and check out all that information. Jerry, welcome to the map reading challenge hunt portion. Talk to me, man. What's let's see, are you here? Come in. There you go.
All right.
So, what's your game plan, brother? What are you gonna do tonight?
I think I'm gonna head over to a spot that we had some good sign in to begin with, and just set up there for the night. And
now, you guys hunting off the ground or in tree stands tonight? What's your plan?
Tonight I'm gonna set up my climber. There was a nice tree that I had found off the edge of a food plot that I think might be good for a night sit. Okay, cool, man. Well, I'm excited for you. Let's see what Jerry brings home on the first evening of the map reading challenge. Good luck to you, brother. Thanks, Sean.
Jerry was on the Pennsylvania hunt, and we got rained out pretty hardcore the first night. And the next morning was a little bit slow for Jerry, but then he picked it up and had an incredible evening sit. He was texting me updates, you know, when deer were coming out, and I'm thinking, man, I hope he really gets a shot here, because Jerry hasn't even had the opportunity to shoot at a deer yet in his hunting career, because he's still new. At one point he said, oh, I got a 6-pointer that just came out. And so I was imagining, in fact, I'm gonna go grab one of the racks off my rack wall and I'll show you what I was picturing when he said 6-point. So I was picturing a little basket, 1.5-year-old buck like this. And when we got back to the cabin that night and he showed me the footage, I was like blown away. I mean, he was showing me a caliber buck similar to this. It ended up being a 6-point. At first we thought it was an 8-point, you know, when we really looked at the footage, because we saw this kind of a side. But then the other side just had a gigantic fork, but he got really good footage of that buck. Folks, I was very proud of Jerry Jerry picked that spot. And that's, I mean, and you know what, I forgot to mention this in the last video, Eric picked his own spot when he scored on his deer. So the fact that these guys came out in the mentored group, I took them out for a day and kind of taught them stuff, and then they took that information and were applying it on their own and putting themselves in the lap of the deer. Super duper proud of these guys. So let's check in with Jerry to get some feedback from him after that night of hunting.
And I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden, I think it was about 4:30, 5 o'clock, 3 deer came out.
Nice.
Yeah. So they milled around for a while. They weren't. It was probably about 60 yards away, and ended up having a buck, 8-pointer. Actually, it was 8-point. To begin with, thought it was a 4. Turned towards me and saw the other two. So got my heart going a little bit, but never came within. I think it was closest was about 38, 40 yards, and just shot never presented itself.
Right.
But you know, stayed in there until very end of shooting time. And even tried to wait a little bit after, so I wouldn't bump them.
Right.
But there was a good amount of deer, so I think I'm going to end up going back there tomorrow.
Awesome. Yep. Yeah, hopefully that's going to pan out for you. Now, where are you going to try in the morning? Are you going to just save that for the evening? Or what are you?
Yeah, I haven't really decided on that yet. I mean, it seems.
If it's a food plot, I would try to save that for an evening sit, because they might, if they're out there and they bed down, you'll push them out going in the morning, and just won't work out for you.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll probably find a spot to sit in the morning, and then maybe around lunchtime go out there. But I made a little mental note of where they were
hanging out,
congregating at that point. I mean, it ended up all together by the time I left, there was probably about 10 to 12 deer, all just hanging out and chasing each other around. So
nice.
If it was gonna happen, it was gonna happen then, but it just didn't play out that way.
All right, well, tomorrow is a new day, and I'm hoping that those deer are there for you, and that the winds are working for you in your favor, and that you get to do some shooting tomorrow.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice. Still haven't gotten the first one, so it'd be great to let an arrow go for sure.
Well, good luck to you tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Now keep in mind, Jerry has never even had a shot at a deer yet, and he just wasn't comfortable with a 38-yard shot as his first shot at a deer. Because some people who are watching that might have thought, oh, 38 yards, you could have took a shot. But he was telling me later, he's like, I just wasn't comfortable trying to estimate how much the deer might drop. He's like, I just don't have that experience yet. And so I was even more proud of Jerry for making the decision that he did, because he wanted to do the best job, and he wanted to wait till he had the highest level of confidence with the shot opportunity. So hats off to you, Jerry, for making a mature decision there and holding off till you got that shot you were comfortable with. So Jerry, congratulations on putting yourself close to the deer and almost getting the job that, hey, that spike, if it had 3 points on one side, you'd have your first deer on the ground, or if it was a doe. So, I mean, you were right there, buddy.
All right, so I'm here on my final night, and this is the same field that I sat in last night when I had a 6 or an 8-pointer walk in. Another 3 deer, and then a little later on there was another 8 or 10, so there was, probably about 14 deer in this field, and this is what I'm seeing right now. Totally empty. There was not one single deer that made its way into this field tonight. So unless something happens within the next 40 minutes, 45 minutes, that's the end of my map reading challenge for this year. I just want to say thank you to everybody who voted for me. I want to say thank you to Bowtech and the Allen Company, as well as XOP. And hopefully we'll be able to come back next year and do a little better. So I know I didn't get to get my first deer yet. Still very early, so go back to New Hampshire and see what we can do there. Thanks, everybody.
Jerry Knoyer, congratulations on completing your first official map reading challenge with Sean's Outdoor Adventures. And then this evening, you were telling me you were packing up. And then that's when the deer showed up.
Yeah, that's so the same field I sat in last night with, you know, I think it was probably about 15, 16 deer. Nothing. Just nothing. And then basically...
It's amazing with the wind direction, if it's a different wind direction or something, or maybe when we pulled in to pick you up, maybe that just...
I could tell it stayed, it was... The sun was a lot brighter, so it stayed up longer, which meant, you know, by 7 o'clock, it was getting close to being done. It was still a little bit light, and then, you know, it got dark fast. And then they came right underneath me, probably about 12 yards. I could just see the figures right there. That was it. So too little, too late, but you know, like I said, eventually.
Well, I'm proud of you anyway.
Yeah,
and I appreciate you guys making the trek all the way down here, and I'm sure we'll see you again. And I am looking forward to the news when you down that first deer with my old bow.
With his old bow.
With my old bow that's all fancy.
And I'm going to save that little zip tie you gave me to put it through.
There you go.
Use that one as well.
There you go. Congratulations to your Maverick Challenge, and good luck to you the rest of the season. So remember, folks, Jerry's score for the Bowtech Rain 6 and his team score for the XOP Air Raid Hang-On Tree Stands, that score is going to really depend a lot on how many views this video gets now. So help him out by sharing this video and asking your friends to check it out and share it around. And that's going to help add to his overall score. This video and his Scout Trips videos, that the total views gets added up. And then 10% of the votes that he gets on the Bowtech vote page on the website, there's a link for that in the description section if you want to get in and check on that. Or if you just want to learn more about the Map Reading Challenge and the scoring system and everything else, go to the Map Reading Challenge page on my website. So in the next video, it's going to be Jerry's other teammate, Steve. We're going to see how Steve made out, and if Steve was able to nudge Eric on that score for winning the Hunt Score prizes, which is an XOP Air Raid Hang-On Tree Stand, set of climbing sticks, and a Ripcord Ace arrow rest. So stay tuned for Steve. That's coming out tomorrow. Until then, take care, God bless, and good luck, Jerry, in this competition.